Custom shotguns are still in use today and are quite expensive. Thankfully, the gun trade was created for the rest of us by traditional business acumen and inventiveness. Although some of their firearms, notably those made by Beretta, can be pricey, producers like Remington, Browning, Winchester, Beretta, and Benelli have produced economical production shotguns that have lasted the test of time. Over the past 200 years, each of these companies has released an endless number of shotgun models in an effort to create a smoothbore that the general public will purchase in large quantities. Today, we'll take a closer look at the world's best shotguns throughout history, from classic models like the Winchester 1897 to cutting-edge modern designs. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just a fan of firearms, you won't want to miss this in-depth look at the world's most legendary shotguns. Number 5. Remington Model 32. With this over-under shotgun in 1932, Remington wasn't inventing anything new because the over-under had already been created in Europe. Designer C.C. Loomis did produce a high-quality over-under that was born in the United States. The 32 features a metal sliding hood that covers the locking lugs on both sides and is manufactured with highly powerful box-like type action. The front barrel mount was another unusual feature of this weapon. A mounted ring dangling from the top tube is inserted by the lower tube. Separated barrels were the norm, enabling faster cooling and reducing the weight of the cannon as a whole. The Remington 32 did occasionally see action in the field. Still, as it was primarily designed to squish clay targets, it belonged on the skeet and trap ranges. There are 7 different 12-gauge variants available, each with different rib possibilities. Early models had 2 triggers, but a single selective trigger quickly took its place. Even though production stopped during World War II, a few more were produced up to 1947. After the war, Remington concentrated on its incredibly popular repeating shotguns. In 1973, they made an attempt to revive the weapon as the 3200, with a few minor alterations. The 3200 was discontinued 9 years after it first saw good first sales. After Krieghoff purchased the European rights in 1956, the rifle is being produced today as the superb K32. Number 4. Browning Superposed. True innovation, most often including expanded shell capacity, which the American market yearned for at the turn of the 20th century, is the foundation upon which John Moses Browning established his gun design legacy. But with the Browning Superposed, Browning chose simplicity to leave his ultimate imprint in the history of firearms. In the 1920s, double cannons were still very popular in the United States. Many hunters respected Parker, A.H. Fox, and L.C. Smith, and they employed their firearms in both the uplands and duck marshes. Many shooters favored the repeater's single sighting plane over the wider view provided by a side-by-side, and Browning himself preferred it. He then set out to use the single plane to develop a better design. The Superposed was the first over-under created in America to enter store shelves. Its name literally translates as to put one thing on top of another. John Browning and his son Val traveled to Belgium in 1926 to complete the Superposed final design elements when Fabrique Nationale in Herstal, Belgium, agreed to construct it. Sadly, the great John Browning did not live to see the creation of his final firearm. 1926 saw his passing. The trigger system, the automatic ejectors, and the distinctive forend that allows you to remove the barrels while the forend is still attached presented obstacles for Val as she completed the gun. The finished product was a shotgun with amazing function and great aesthetics. The Superposed in Grade 1, Pigeon, Diana, and Midas, was prepared for production in 1931. Better wood and etching were used on each grade level than on the previous one. Prices ranged from $108 to $350, so they weren't exactly a gun for the common man considering the Average automobile cost $600 in 1930. Number 3. Winchester Model 21. The Model 21 is a shotgun that is exceptionally well made. They were designed to fire a number of lifetimes worth of ammunition. The 21 receivers were forged from heat-treated chromoly steel rather than case-hardened steel. Additionally, because they're longer than typical gun frames, the underbolt that secures the barrels to the action is longer, providing robustness. The 21 is extremely robust because of its chopper lump or demi-block barrels, which are constructed from one piece of steel. When a shell explodes, the bite holding the shotgun shut presses down on both barrel portions for added strength. The barrels are then brazed together. Winchester assembled shotguns from every major brand and put them to the test before releasing the firearm in 1930. They shot blue pills, or overloaded proof shells, into each rifle until it malfunctioned. Except for the 21, no gun made it past load number 305. The technicians continued to fire until less than 2,000 bullets were still lodged in the 21. The Winchester technicians disassembled the pistol to take a closer look since they couldn't believe it was still operational. Everything was still functional. It was a really sturdy gun. The 21 was produced in numerous grades and variants in all popular gauges other than 10. Although you could still order one through the custom shop until 1982, regular manufacture of the rifle lasted until 1959. They're commonly accessible on the used market, and Connecticut Shotgun Manufacturing Company, which now holds the design rights, also sells brand new ones. Number 2. Beretta S Series. Because Beretta has produced so many outstanding firearms over the years, it's difficult to pick just one as the best. Many of the 300 and 400 series designs are deserving of inclusion since they altered people's perceptions of gas-operated shotguns. The best shotguns that Beretta has provided to the world, however, are the S Series Sidelock Over-Under. Some of the best shotguns for mass production were developed and manufactured in the early 1930s. The S Series guns, like Olin's 21, were created to compete with the best shotguns British custom companies had to offer when the S1 was introduced in 1933. Sidelock and box lock are the two main double gun lock mechanisms. Both perform the identical action, which is the transfer of the trigger pull that releases the loaded shell. Although difficult to construct, sidelocks have several benefits, including better trigger pulls, improved gun handling dynamics, and more space for the artistry of the engraver. The clay target community has long favored Beretta firearms. 5 separate Olympic events offer 5 gold medal opportunities for the SO5. The upland hunters who want only the best in their hands at the flush are the target market for the SO6 and SO10 firearms. The current SO Sparviere design is state-of-the-art. All side locks can be taken apart for maintenance, cleaning, and inspection. But this weapon goes a step further. For simple access, both locks pop open, but stay hinged and attached to the frame. Number 1. Benelli H&K Super Black Eagle. Its beginnings can be traced to the 1990s when Heckler & Koch made the decision that it desired a share of the expanding shotgun market. It had established itself in pistols and rifles, so a high-quality scattergun was the logical next step. However, they were unwilling to invest the time and money in creating one themselves. Solution? Import the shotgun of another. And that's how the inertia-driven recoil mechanism and the Super Black Eagle won the hearts of American waterfowl hunters. The inertia system, which was initially created by Bruno Civillani, is straightforward and robust enough to endure severe abuse while continuing to work as intended. Benelli's choice to provide the SBE with a 12-gauge 3.5-inch Magnum was a crucial one that contributed to the gun's popularity in the early days of steel waterfowl loading. That's all for today. What do you think of the video? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more videos. See you next time.